Maria Stetic took the lion's share of the points in that last round. Fire and intensity evident in the coaching corner. Can she fire herself into the quarter-finals? Or does Bruna Valetic have something to say about it? Stetic in blue, Valetic in red, and we are underway here in this second period. Valetic just on the back foot here. Neither fighter over-committing. Decent headshot attempt there from Bruna Valetic. Pokes it up to the face as the punch powers in. Stetic again with a head kick round the back. Got close with it. Well, Maria Stetic, the younger fighter by some 5 years. But certainly that lack of experience not showing here. Tough competitor, good punch on the inside as well. Halfway through the round. Julien Fan separates them. But that's all that separates them so far. Back leg turning kick, that will do the world of good for Stetic. She's got one round in the bank, she's in the lead here. Do you hang on, do you defend? Or keep it going? Well, we get to find out. Good attempt there from Stetic to stay aggressive. Bruna Valetic just countering second there. Just missing the timing slightly. Speaking of timing, 30 to go. Back leg turning kick there from Bruna Valetic, throwing caution to the wind. Needs to get herself back into this, and quickly. Time ticking, 10 to go. Needs a back leg turning kick to put it into a golden score round. Bruna Valetic running out of time. Matea Stetic moving towards the quarter-finals. Good back leg turning kick there from Bruna Valetic, misses with the headshot. And the Croatian in red, duly defeated by the Croatian in blue. Not much to separate them, as was obvious. And here's your winner, Maria Stetic. Superb from her. Valetic, one and done here at the Grand Slam. That's her first match of the session. Win for Croatia, Maria Stetic getting it done. And that'll do her confidence the world of good. Performed well, got used to this venue. And she marches on into the next round as we ourselves march towards the next matchup. Russia and Bulgaria take to the field. Vyacheslav Menin from Russia against Vladimir Dalkayev. Big leaps on the way in there from the Bulgarian Dalkayev. He'll take a leap of faith to get things started. Vyacheslav Menin here. Took a bronze medal at the qualifiers here in Wuxi to make it through. Fought a couple of times at the Grand Prix. Vladimir Dalkayev, a Bulgarian battler. A World Championship bronze medal behind him. Eid Farouz Al-Mizmari. Taking charge of this one. Dalkayev in red, Menin of course, the man in blue. They've never faced up against each other before, so uncharted territory. Good show of respect between opposing coaches. After the pleasantries, it's time for the punches and kicks to fly. underway. 3 times 2-minute rounds. The Russian in blue tried to use that front leg just to give Dalkaev something to think about, as Minin goes again with the counter. Good punch there from Dalkaev. We saw his athleticism at the World Championships. There's a head kick. Excellent stuff from him. Long, rangey, wiry and quick. Quick to get on the board. Russian meaning business here. Tries a jumping back kick, but can't quite catch the distance just yet. Get the timing going. Dalkaev with a big back leg blast home there. A lesser spotted back leg. He's a good big athlete. Good footwork there from Dalkaev. Sees it coming. Reads the playbook. And at the moment, makes pretty good reading. 45 left in the first. Back leg from Minin a bit short and a bit low as well. Step through back kick, tried to change it up to a flick to the face there, Dalkaev. It's been good value for it as Minin almost gets a back kick on the board. Hasn't quite managed to generate the right technique at the right time as the Russian, and that's testament to Dalkaev. He takes another 2 to the body. He's got one hand in the air. Well, they have them both raised at the end of this one. He's taken this round very simply indeed. You have to have a lot of talent to make it look easy like that, and he did. Well done to him. Ladislav Minin, a mountain to climb in this one, and Dalkaev, you get the feeling he's got a few more of those tricks up his sleeve. Can he find a moment of magic in this second period to push towards the quarter-final? Just to let you know, in terms of the matches coming up, we've got Lu Zhongxi of China. And she will go against Panapan Harrison from Thailand. And then it will be Wang Jinyu of China against Great Britain's Bradley Sinden. That one up in a couple of matches' time. Followed by Wei Zhongxi against Jade Jones. But we will follow all of the action here. Match number 2 of session number 2 on day number 2. It's only fitting that it's round number 2. 2 minutes to try and get through. Dalkaev in pole position, an excellent first round from him. To his credit, trying to come forward, looking for something on the board other than the Gamjom that he's generated, or indeed benefited from. And trying to dance around. Dalkaev cutting off the ring, looking for that counter back kick perhaps, or the big jumping chop it was. Certainly wanted to work on the spot in the air. Back leg blasts from Minin, but no real power on them. But Dalkaev, less than a minute if he wants to get it done in 2 rounds. Touch of hands from both men there. That punch getting nowhere near it. That better leg from Dalkaev. Finds it when he needs it. Looked for the big chop kick, the good change of stance in the clinch as well. The Bulgarian looking very good here. Holding the centre and holding the lead. And certainly holding the concentration of Menin. Living rent-free in his head at the moment. The Russian not really turning it on. Walks into one to the body there. Good headshot attempt there from the Russian. Belatedly from Menin. Pushing up down the stretch here. Last 5 seconds looking for that punch to score. 3 on the board. Oh, there's an excellent response from Dalkaev just when he needed it. Finds another back leg. And it is the Bulgarian with a bit of brilliance there. Into the quarterfinals he goes. Vyacheslav Menin down and out. And marching on, that man there, Vladimir Dalkaev, the World Championship bronze medalist, putting himself into the medal conversation at least here at the Grand Slam in Wuxi. So on we go with the under 49 kilogram women's division. In fact, under 57, apologies. Lu Zhongxi of China against Fanapan Han Sujin.
Next is women's 57 kilogram.
Of course, the host nation have had a host of success so far. Lu Zhongxi, one of those athletes, took a bronze medal at the last Grand Slam. Also won the qualification event just recently, so she's in fine form. Team Thailand, of course, represented by Phanapa Hamsujin. Took a bronze medal at that qualification event where she lost out to, well, you guessed it for yourself, Lu Zhongxi. Ksenia Shusha from Belarus. Checking, of course, the gum guards and then the protectors. Athletes have checked in, clocked in and ready to try and clock each other about the face and head. Open stand straight away. Lu Zhongxi with that long front leg. Han Sujin. Excellent start from her. Good back leg turning kick to the body. Panapan Hamsujin, the shorter of the two, some 10 centimetres. But you're going to have to go the full length of this one to try and get around the long limbs of Lu Zhongxi. Zhongxi just happy to stay in that defensive posture. Both fighters, as we said, conducted that final in the Grand Slam. It was the Chinese fighter in blue that made it through. So a little bit wary from Han Sujin, keeping her head right out of the road. There's a head kick. Came close. Han Sujin's punch. Well, you be the judge at home if you thought it had enough power on it. That's 13 some change. And Lu Zhongxi changed the momentum. Good little body shot. There it is. Picks it off. Front right leg. Blasts it home. And a little bit of wrestling from both fighters there. Wrestling with her conscience is Han Sujin. Do you go for it? Do you stick? Tries to come forward, but wary of that front leg counter. Good chop there from Lu Zhongxi. Certainly cutting into the ambitions of the Thai fighter. Ksenia Shusha letting it flow and letting it go. Good refereeing, contributing to a good opening round. There's a punch right on the buzzer though. Wow, perfectly timed. Panapa Han Sujin, just when she needed it. Lu Zhongxi left the big leg hanging and left the scores open on the board. All tied up at 2 apiece. Not wanting to throw the towel in just yet. I think Thailand finding that punch when they needed it. Panapa Han Sujin, no harm to her. Showing plenty of fighting spirit here. Lu Zhongxi, the longer legged, was a little bit quiet in that first period. Good fake there from Lu Zhongxi. Doesn't want to be on the losing side here as the host nation. It's been a good one for Team China. Lots of big wins against lots of big names. Speaking of which, Bradley Sinden and Wang Yujin, they're coming up in the next match, followed by Zhang Zhongwei and Jade Jones. Han Sujin trying to cause some sort of movement from Lu Zhongxi. Little to be done. The scoreboard, only thing really moving is the clock. Lu Zhongxi taking her time here. Han Sujin, likewise, a real stalemate. Good little shoulder movement there from the Thai fighter, gets away with the punch. Bit of a push to the face there. Tried to push forward, does it nicely. Han Sujin finds the body shot. She's done really well to maximise what she's got. Well, Panapa Han Sujin was down and out in the first round, pulled it back, and has taken the second round there. Well done to her. Lu Zhongxi had the edge over her in the qualifiers. Team Thailand's Panapa Han Sujin doing her cause no harm at all. It just goes to show you it's the size of the fight and the person that counts. Lu Zhongxi, the long-legged, but the quick-witted Han Sujin, she has the advantage. Lu Zhongxi and Panapa Han Sujin, of course, preceding Bradley Sinden and Wang Yujin. So here we go. A pivotal stage in this under 49 kilogram matchup. Nice little push kick from Lu Zhongxi. Better start from the Chinese fighter in this third period. Hansujin finding it hard to just get into this round here. The power of Lu Zhongxi evident. Push kicks causing some problems. Head kick just about catching there. Halfway through the third round. Encouragement from Chinese coach to come forward to get some more points on the board. Hansujin avoiding the head kick wisely and well. Excellent from Lu Zhongxi, finding her momentum now. To go. Panapan Hansujin coming forward. But Lu Zhongxi much better in this round. Last 10 in the third. One to the good for Thailand, but it's going to be evened up by Lu Zhongxi. And it looks very much like we're going into a third round in this one. And Hansujin has decided just to run down the clock and live to fight another day in this one. And speaking of other days, lots more Taekwondo action to come up. We're getting ever closer to the quarters and the semis. The winners from yesterday will be getting underway tomorrow. That will be followed by a day of semi-finals. Indeed, all the medal matches on the final day. Could either of these two be involved in those conversations? Let's see. Well, there's a bit of the reality of what it's like to be a fighter coming here, breathing heavily, working hard. And sometimes when you're watching it on the screen, you think, oh, that's easy, that's a simple kick. Never easy in Taekwondo, no matter who you're fighting against, whatever level it is. At the end of it, it's still a big fight. And there's a big fight on both of their hands now. Lu Zhongxi draws it at 1-1. And she's just taking it there with that head kick. Absolutely perfect. What great timing from Lu Zhongxi, just when she needed it. Flicks it to the face. First successful head kick of that round. Nicely done by Lu Zhongxi. And safely through. Panapa Hansujin, good credit to her. Ran that one pretty close. Lu Zhongxi not on the losing side as the men make their way into the arena. We're now going to have the men's under 68 kilogram contest between Bradley Sinden and Wang Jinyu. Success for China in the previous match. Will it be the same in this one? Sinden against Wang. Who's going to emerge victorious in this one? Bradley Sinden, the taller of the two, and with the better athletic resume as well. The world bronze medalist, a couple of silver medals in the Grand Prix, a very good season, consistently causing trouble to the top fighters. So Wang Jinyu will have to be at his very best. He took 5th place at the last Grand Slam, and indeed at the qualifiers took a bronze medal. So he knows his way around this arena, and we've seen, as Dennis Kim calls them to attention, Team China have not been on the road, they've been at home training and preparing. So Bradley Sinden, a few more miles on the clock, a few more air miles in the pocket, but can he pocket some ranking points? Martin Stamper will be hoping so. Likewise, the coach for Team China. Fantastic arena, big opportunity for both to move towards the quarter-final stage. Wang trying with that hook kick up to the face. Bradley Sinden battling on the inside there. Nice refereeing there. There's a kick after Kallio, but let it fly. Good punch there on the inside from Wang. Frenetic start from both fighters. Back leg from Bradley. Steps through with a back kick round the corner. Signs of confidence. Good sharp shot on the inside there from Bradley Sinden. Not real much power on the punch, but Wang scores it nonetheless. Hook kick attempted round the corner from Sinden, generating the gam jump. Good punch there from Wang, plus the head kick. The window wiper brings it back. Caught it on one way, couldn't catch it in the second. Steps in with the punch again. A lot of love from the judges. Same technique attempted for a second time by Sinden, working well in the clinch. Generates some breathing space, but the space on the scoreboard tells its own story. Front leg counter from Sinden. That is the adaptability of a champion. Finds an answer. Cuts it to a 3-point game. 50 to go in the first. Toughness from Sinden there. Walks straight into it. Nice little counter push there. Anticipating the punch now from the Chinese fighter. Getting closer again with that hook around the back. Both men working hard in the clinch. A real battle. At the moment, it's Wang Yujin, the main man. Overreaches but fits a back kick in there. So close to getting some lights up on the board. 3 lit it up, but Wang, the leading light at the moment. Blocks it with the shoulder there, the Chinese fighter. Well, calls for a protector test from some of the British fighters in the crowd. There's been testing times because Wang Jinyu, well, he's watching you, Bradley Sinden, and he's finding answers to all the questions. Sinden working hard, but Wang more effective just when they needed it. Those punches plus the head kick making the difference. Well, he's been excellent, Wang Jinyu. As I mentioned, 5th place at the last Grand Slam. Took a bronze at the qualifiers a couple of months ago as well, so happy to be on home territory. Of course, Bradley Sinden, like every other athlete not from China, adjusting to the time differences, the training, the preparation. These are all factors in the energy. One thing guaranteed, the fitness and conditioning and the desire from Sinden. Can he find a way through in this second period, or will it be more of the same from Wang Jinyu? We get to find out. And wherever you are, a warm welcome to Wuxi. It's been a warm welcome provided by Wang Jinyu. Been good value for that opening round win. Sinden trying to change things up, avoiding the punch somewhat. Nice push kick to the body. No lights on the board. Giving a little head fake there, Sinden, to try and draw Wang Jinyu in. Chinese fighter returns the favour. Good footwork from him. Not far away with that flick to the face. Good back leg turning kick from Bradley Sinden. Gets 2 on the board. Both men going for headshots. This time Sinden effective. Couldn't get it going in the first round. Steps it up and steps on the head of Wang in here the second. Good control with the elbows there from Sinden, keeping his arms close in. A minute and some change left in this second round. Can Wang Jinyu change the momentum somewhat? Sinden beginning to show some effectiveness. Nice little counter again. Warming up to the task now. Nice little front kick come chop kick up to the face there from Sinden. Clever fighter. And that ring intelligence proving pivotal. It was a real close battle in the first round, but Bradley Sinden turning on the style here in the second. Wang looks for that step up back kick to the face there, to no avail. Half a minute to go. Trying the old scorpion kick round the corner there. All the flicks and tricks from Sinden. Certainly found his range in this one. And Wang Jinyu just deciding, no, that'll do me. Get back to my coaching corner. Just kill the clock. Live to fight another day. Sinden feeling likewise, and he'll be feeling a lot better about his chances now, evening it up at 1-all. And a nice nod of appreciation from both men there. Wang Jinyu, he knows he's in a real fight now. Bradley Sinden turning on the style. And some of the flexibility and accuracy that was wanting in the first round, evident there in the second. Martin Stamper certainly the happier of the two coaches, but it's still all tied up at 1 round all. Stamper and Sinden. Sounds like a detective show. But I detect that Wang Jinyu knows that he's in trouble in this one. Well, we see a response from the Chinese fighter in red. Open stance and an open opportunity, an invitation to come with the back leg, which Wang duly takes. Back, round the back of the head again from Sinden. That's of course the pivotal round. What an excellent back kick that is, perfectly timed. And the technique paying off. Wang Jinyu trying to go with a similar attempt on the counter. Kick after Kaleo there, Gamjon given for holding. Turning his back on the action there, Sinden accepting that one. Just got caught up, thinking about a back kick perhaps, or has a little nod to Martin Stamper. I thought he just nodded to say, yep, I accept that I got caught there for turning my back. Let's have a listen if we can. Well, hard to decipher there. Thankfully the referee could hear every word. And they will have that conversation now. Ksenia Shusha, the review jury analyst, looking for the Gamjon to be invalidated. Well, there's a hand signal for pulling. So, that could be that. So Bradley Sinden perhaps trying to throw the back kick, but was being pulled on the blind side of the referee. And that's why he turned his back and couldn't engage. It's certainly not like Bradley Sinden to avoid a fight. He's usually in there stirring it up. So could be a pivotal spot by the British team coach Martin Stamper in this one. What does Ksenia Shusha think of that? Well, let's have a little look here. So Sinden goes to throw the kick. Was it before that perhaps? Let's have a look here. There was a grab of the leg and then got caught up throwing that back kick. He's grabbing. Well, that was the shout anyway. Let's watch the hand here. Holding the leg. Well, a flurry of feet and fists. I'd be surprised if the video review jury went against the referee on that one. Certainly giving it a long look here. Yep, unsuccessful. Sinden with a 2-point lead here in this pivotal third round. Wang Jinyu trying to push forward himself. Good work from Sinden behind that long chopping kick. Good head kick there. Excellent stuff from Wang Jinyu just when he needed it. Sinden got caught on the turn. Good jumping technique from Wang Jinyu, showing his ingenuity. A minute to go in this crucial third round. Oh, there's a grab at the back of the protector there. Referee lets it slide. The Chinese coach just saying watch out for that. Certainly the back, well, the chop kick round the back of the head from Sinden, it's worked to good effect as we work towards the last 45 in this one. As it stands, China are going through, but that is all changed by way of the Gamjon, and that will change again, certainly in terms of the opinion of the coach here. No Gamjon is the call. Well, they've been busy, as has Ksenia Shusha. The video replay went against Team GB. Will it go for Team China in this one? If it does, Wang Jingyu will have that slender margin to defend. Let's have a look. You decide for yourself. That was the previous action. That was definitely pulling on the back of the protector from Sinden. The referee didn't spot that one. I don't think that is the incident that they're talking about. Yep, card pocketed. 6-all on the board. Well, next score could be the winner. Back leg from Bradley Sinden. Blast home, well blocked from Yang. And again, couple of lights on. Nobody home. Behind that punch from Sinden. Adaptation, flexibility. Oh, he's hit the deck. Will the Gamjon be given? The head guard has come loose. The referee's been good. He's kept it flowing. Pleased to see that good punch on the way through from Yang. Was waiting eagerly, pounds for it, and lands the head kick as well with 20 seconds to go. Grabbing and holding. Gamjon given, plus the 3 points invalidated. So let's see exactly what happens now. Sinden with the point advantage, 21 seconds to go. Wang again with a big punch, lands round the corner. Well, a noise for the video replay, just taking the concentration of both fighters. Wang eats the big punch from Sinden. The chop kick round the back of the head. Are we going towards the golden score here? Wang looking, Sinden waiting. Are they settling for an opportunity? Hook round the corner. Sinden thought he had it. He was walking. And we are walking towards a decisive final round, packed with incidents in this one. Lots to mull over in terms of Gamjon's given or not, kick scored or not. But all of that immaterial. Whoever takes this one is going to make it through. Technique plus timing. Well, that's everything in both sport and life. Proper battle, this one. Been a pleasure to share it with you. If you're on the Olympic channel, great to have you with us. First time for Olympic Taekwondo to be on the Olympic channel. A pleasure to share such a good quality combat. Who's it going to be? Game face on. Big scores required. 2 points will take it. What an arena in which to shake it. Yang looking for an opportunity. Sinden with the block. Big back leg boot there from the Chinese fighter. Goes with the back kick round the corner, but it's Bradley Sinden with the accuracy. The better man on the day, Bradley Sinden, overcoming the host nation. Nice show of respect between both coaches and fighters. Sinden at a canter running through, and he was made to work from start to finish in that one. Excellent stuff there. There was moments where Wang Jingyu had it one and done. The difference between a contender and a champion. We'll have that conversation with Bradley Sinden. Excellent. Well, Great Britain's finest, Bradley Sinden executing the game plan as he exits the arena, as Jade Jones makes it in. Martin Stamper absolutely delighted with the progress there. Excellent win on the way through as Wei Zhongxi goes against Jade Jones in this one. So we've just seen China against Great Britain in the men's 58s, men's 68s I should say. On a steal of 10 kilos. It's Wei Zhongxi from China. qualifying via the Grand Slam qualifiers. Tough task for her. Jade Jones, of course, an athletic resume, so impressive. Youth Olympic champion, double Olympic champion, numerous times in amongst the world silver medals. She's got a home games to think about in Manchester next year, as Amelie Marasoli has thoughts for this one. The trail to Tokyo very much in earnest. Wei Zhongjing, can she find a way past Jade Jones? Not been a happy hunting ground for Jones in terms of the Grand Slam previously. Kim Pyo-shik and Ruben Richards, the opposing coaches, just check the jacket, make sure all ready. Who can fashion a victory in this one? Jones straight away, big aggression, good punch. Left-hander, lands it clean. The advice to stay on or to put the pressure on. Jade Jones will not be hard to find in this fight. Up close and personal, going again with a left-hand punch. 3 of the judges liked it. Wei Zhongjing did not. Good attempted head kick from the Chinese fighter. Good kick again from Jones. Good block with the head shot. So game plan obvious. Well, obvious from the luxury of the commentary position, but game plan evident, I should say. Easy to see the intent. Good block from Jones. Hooks in under with the arms, kills the clock a little bit. Very sharp there, Jones, with that back kick. Good timing. Wei Zhongjing can't find a way through in this one at all. Jones, the only thing, hasn't been rewarded in terms of points, but the work rate, very impressive indeed. 1 round, 1 point. Still one opportunity for Wei Zhongjing. Is there a way back in for Wei? Well, no way, says Jones. Yes, Wei says Wei. The way of kicking and punching mastered so far by the fighter from Flint in red. Soft punch there. Kim Pyo-shik, of course, giving the confidence and encouragement to his fighter, rightly so, but not many signs of encouragement so far for China. Jade Jones dominating on everything apart from the scoreboard, would you believe, which still reads 1-0, 10 to go. Good match management from Jones. Concentration has been excellent, match management spot on. And when you're fighting your way back into form, as the Flint fighter is, that's the sort of rounds that you need to win, to dig it out there. Had to work hard for that one. Did Jones? Wei Zhongjing, well, she knows she's going to have to turn up the intensity to try and find something. I'll be interested to know how many times Jones actually hit the protector there. It was always accurate. That was the punch that scored. It looks fresh, looks ready. Ruben Richards giving the encouragement and the tactical plan. Cool heads required in Taekwondo. And here we go into the second round. Vital now for Wei Zhongjing to get this one on the board. Has to win this round for a tie minimum to stay in it. Jones looking very quick, very sharp. Good punch there from Wei Zhongjing. Finds a way in. If there's anything that we learned from the previous round, it was hard for Jones to get the points on the board. Just with her feet. Tries to fire one up to the face there. Well, we know with the Dado protector system, consistent contact and impact is better than that quick stab. So foot placement and accuracy is so important. Wei Zhongji trying again, hook kick round the corner from Jones, punch this time with the left hand. Tense times for Ruben Richards. A minute gone. This fighter finding it hard to get the lights going up on the board. But the work rate impressive. The control of the mat excellent. And a few in the crowd would have scored that punch. I wonder if a few at home would have as well. But the judges that matter thought not. Wei Zhongwei still into this. Jay Jones again with the push, and not a single light going on, and the protectors, a couple of lights went on with that punch though. 35 seconds to go. Swing and a miss there from Wei Zhongjin. Jones was looking low and perhaps kicking high. Good movement. The Welsh fighter slips round the corner, reaches in with a punch. The gam jump could be so crucial for either fighter. For Jones, it might take her a win. For Wei Zhongwei, it will take her into the next round. And reaching in with the punch though. 10 seconds to go. Jay Jones there, big back leg there, throws a punch to match and matches it up at 2-all. So irregardless, are we going towards a crucial round here? It's all tied up. Has to be 2 rounds won, of course. Well, hard work here in Wuxi for both fighters. Wei Zhongjin finding a way in with those punches. Jones timing it perfectly as well. The flying fist, but not so much with the feet from either fighter. Wei Zhongjin still in this contest, tied up, needs to win this one. By way of contrast, Jade Jones's work rate has been impeccable, intensity has been there for all to see. No joy so far on the scoreboards, just the punches. But you get it done in whichever way you can. Champions adapt, as we've seen there with Bradley Sinden making it through, and Jane Jones follow suit. Wei Zhongjin does well to avoid that one. Jones has won in the win column. There's a draw in the previous round. And just joining us, got to win 2 rounds to go through. Happy with the efforts of his fighter in blue. Jones again there, just getting the distance a little bit out for that punch. It's testament to Wei, who moved out of the way. And calls from both Bianca Walton and Gary Hall to work hard in the clinch. Work and effort so far from Wei. Good blocking from Jones. Tries a little stabbing kick on the way through. Black leg just missing. Real quick front leg to the face from Jones. Last minute now in the third. Back leg turning kick. Just missing out there. Wei Zhongjin trying to find an answer for herself here. There's been no scores on the board. Is there a hand down? Perhaps could have generated the gam jump. Wei Zhongjin holds her balance, holds her feet, and holds herself in this contest. Little front leg hook from Jones. Goes the punch this time. No joy from the judges. Half a minute in the third. No success to the body for either fighter. Is the head the happy hunting ground for either of them? Wei Zhongjin comes in with the big punch. One light goes on. Front leg from both, 10 seconds to go here. Jade Jones has it in her command. Wei Zhongjin has to come forward. Good blocking from Jones. There's a little concern, look at the scoreboard, but the only thing that matters is that the clock is ticking and it clocks down on the ambitions of Wei Zhongjin. Jade Jones, excellent stuff there. In terms of superiority, no question about it. The hungrier fighter, the more active fighter. Perhaps those socks need testing, or the protectors need testing, because very few lights going on there in terms of those kicks. But lighting up the score in the end. Jade Jones battles her way through there. Wei Zhongjin down and out. Jade Jones free and clear. Next, well, we're into the next battle for the men in the under 68 kilograms. Jiang Sun against Hakan Resheba. China against Turkey, not for the first time.
接下来是男子68公斤级的比赛，青方运动员是来自中国的孙翔，红方运动员是来自土耳其的哈坎勒克博。 Next is men's 68 kilograms. The podium blue is Xiang Sun from China. The podium red is Hakan Rekber from Turkey.
So the men's 68 kilograms, China and Turkey up for action. Jiang Sun, Chinese fighter, stands at 1m85. Marcelo Vinicius Costa Rezende in charge of proceedings. Hakan Resheba from Turkey won the qualification tournament here. World Championship gold as well. Top class junior was Resheba. Top class coach and fighter, Ali Shahin. Who's going to be top of the class at the end of this one? China and Turkey sharing the mat, not for the first time. Back leg just missing out, as it is Resheba that scores. China in blue, Turkey in red. So in fact it was the back leg that did score. Kick firing up there, looking for the extra points. There's a little look at the corner judges. The referee will make note of that as well. That's the first reverse turning kick I've seen score here at the Grand Slam. Gets the big points on the board, the 5-pointer. And there's a big power punch as well. Resheba showing that World Championship pedigree, no question. Well, the coach looks as lost as his fighter at the moment, as it goes from 8-1 to 10. Jiang Sun, well, in the shadows at the moment here. Things looking very bright indeed for Resheba. Good little shovel punch there, lifting up and into the protector. There's a bit of push through from Jiang Sun. His pride has certainly been dented, as have the scores on the board. Well, in terms of action coming up, Julie Jun will go against Kyla Julian from Great Britain. They're on next. Gudong Song against Javier Perez Polo from Spain. That will move us towards the business end of this second session, but doing the business in this round, no question. Recheba, the main man. Jiang Sun has certainly been eclipsed in this round. Clock ticks down on the ambitions of Sun. We made heavy weather of it in this one. Hakan Recheba shining brightly, looking really good, making that look pretty easy. 15-6 at the end of that one. Hard to find confidence for Jiang Sun. Very few bright spots in that. Decent push kick. Got himself on the board, kept it respectable. But Hakan Recheba, world champion for a reason. Goes again with the back leg, 3 in a row. Nice punch as well. Judges rewarding perseverance, I'm sure, as well as the power. Again from Recheba, makes it count. A low kick there. A punch from Recheba, he's everywhere. And one thing's for sure, he's going to be in the next round as well. Jiang Sun overreaching, left himself open. Ali Shahin, the Turkish coach, just saying calm it down. Don't need to show everything you've got here in this opening salvo. But in the opening round he took it comfortably. Decent punch there from Jiang Sun, giving it what he's got. Limited success with that back leg just every single time, and a back kick as well. That's perfect timing. Wonderful stuff there from Recheba, lighting up the arena against Sun, who's been left chasing shadows in this one. Goes for a little run around the ring as well, looking calm and relaxed. Just as Recheba was letting the kicks go and flow, Gamjon given for turning his back and avoiding, but Ali Shahin saying, well, he was trying new things, he was trying to be expansive and creative, looking for that to be rewarded rather than punished. Let's see what the pronouncement is. Looking for no Gamjon. Amli Moras will have a look at that one. 10 points of a difference. Looked as if he was just turning on the style there, Recheba. But the referee is in there, has the closest vantage point. And by the letter of the law, he did turn his back, did move away. However, I'm going to stay close. I'm going to stay true to my original reaction. I thought it was brilliant. I thought he was turning it on. He was getting ready to unload some new skills. Yep, unsuccessful. Ali Shahin accepting it readily. Well, immaterial. Scores the punch. 13-2. Nice side step round the corner there. Fantastic movement from Recheba. A joy to watch. Excellent stuff. Oohs and ahs from the crowd. The punch from Sun. Shining brightly here is Recheba. It's perfect. Nothing needs to be said. Just take a look at the score. Absolutely brilliant. First time we've seen the 20-point gap there. Entertainment provided. Backhand Richeva. Excellent. What a performer. What a delight to watch. Olympic Taekwondo at its very best there. Entertainment provided. Winning by that 20-point gap. We're going to move on now. Julie Jun of China. It's Kyla Julien of Great Britain. Some highlights, just absolutely brilliant to watch. Fantastic reverse turning kick. Textbook stuff from the Turk. Top class from start to finish. I can see why the referee's given that. Bit of material. Big learning for Team China. Big win for Team Turkey. And on we go. The women's under 57s. Julie Jun of China against Kyla Julien of Great Britain. Well, Julie Jun won the qualifying event in 2017. As a silver medalist at the last Grand Slam. Kyla Julien, by way of contrast, the first time she's been up into this arena. Understandably nervous, understandable trepidation. But it's the same ring no matter where you are. Kwang Chalo running the rule over this one, and who's going to rule the roost in the under 57s. A chance to talk with Kyla before it. Feeling confident, happy to be on this big stage, mixing it with the elite of the British team and the elite of World Taekwondo. Nice show of respect between all four contributors to this battle. The two that matter, wearing blue and red. Drums blast away. Who can put a beat down on who in this one? Looking for rhythm straight away. Kyla Julien forcing the Gamjol minimum there. Excellent stuff. Certainly not standing on ceremony. Kyla Julien. Gamjol given. Let's figure out why in her own time later on perhaps, but blocks on the inside for Julie Jun. Good from Julien. Kyla lands the punch. Good refereeing there, that kick was right on the command. Julie Jun just holding the leg a little bit there from Kyla Julien. Footwork from Kyla Julien. Back leg counter there, spins round the corner. He's got all the bit of wrestling there for sure. Referee wisely letting it roll, just as the fighters did as well. A minute or so in this one. Kyla Julien holding the centre, showing maturity beyond her competitive experience so far. Fresh off a medal at the open level, but this of course a brand new level up at the Grand Slam, but not out of place by any means. Don't forget that this is the silver medalist from last year's Grand Slam. Julie Jun of course world champion as well. But Kyla Julien capitalising here. So important to keep a game plan there. Just a grab of the leg from Julie Jun on the blind side of the ref. Good back kick around the corner from the British fighter in red. Julie Jun still trying to find her distance. The fighter in blue, good punch there on the way through. Pulls it back. Gamjom given as well for lack of fighting. And looking for the video replay card there. Kyla Julien has kicked from start to finish in this round. So Oh Kwang-chul saying it was a Gamjom for avoiding the fight. He's been a good ref, he's let it float. But perhaps just seen something amiss there. Barbara Marion will have that conversation with him. Gam job given for not fighting. Now, was it for turning her back in terms of running away? If it was for not being active, well, I would have to disagree with that one. But Barbara Marion will make the pronouncement. Kyla Julien certainly was working hard, but Julie June has worked herself back into this conversation through a good punch. Let's have a look at this. Punch is there. I don't know if that's the... I don't know how you can be given a... They both punched at the same time. They were in the clinch. If you're going to give a gam joint, you have to give it to both there, from my perspective. But the referee, of course, has the best view. And this one could be a round-changing moment. But Kyla Julien has been excellent so far. Julie June responding well with that good punch. What is Barbara Marion's pronouncement here? Yeah, successful. Excellent stuff from Barbara Marion. The referee handing back the video replay card. Back to 2 apiece. But giving her no peace has been Julie June. Tries to go with the head kick. The Chinese fighter gets it. Excellent stuff from her. Was obviously thinking about it. Gam John given for turning her back. You can't turn your eyes away from this one. Back leg turning kick from Kyla Julien. Excellent again, generating another Gam John. Is there time to get herself a draw in this one? Julie June closing down. Brilliant punch. Pulls it out. Goes with the head kick. Well, Kyla Julien has done everything that's asked of her and more in this opening round. Goes with a big punch again. Tries to get it. 6-all. What an engrossing battle. World champion from China, Grand Slam silver medalist in a real ding-dong battle. And ringing her bell was Kyla Julien, making an announcement that she is here to stay. No question, maybe her first go up at this level. But no one would like to fight against the athlete in red in that sort of form. So here we go, a second and crucial round in this matchup here. Under 57's battle between Julie June and Kyla Julien. British fighter in red coming forward for the head kick. Likewise from Julie June, the Chinese fighter, whistling past. Lands both punch and head kick. Kind of hooking scorpion kick round the corner. From Julie June, excellent start from the Chinese fighter in blue. Got close with a couple of head kicks. Kyla Julien's ring intelligence here looking good, but the experience obvious there, just switching off for a second in the clinch. Ate the head kick, puts both hands down, and by a big margin, Julie June showing the reason that she has that World Championship medal. That's the reason it was gold. I think for Kyla Julien now, damage limitation perhaps. Good punch again there from Julie June, beginning to find a home for these shots. It was a tie in the first round, there's no question about who's getting the better of it in the second here. Good back leg turning kick from Julien, signs of life in her effort. Looking for the headshot. Less than a minute to go in the second round. It's been an excellent one from the fighter in blue. Good punch again, times it perfectly, sees it coming. It's been left and right hands. And she's left Kyla Julian in no doubt as to who she's up against in this one. Kyla Julian just leaning back. Julie Jun, well, likewise, but not easing off the accelerator. The Chinese fighter trying to put a reminder there to the younger British fighter. She did excellent in the first round, but the tables have turned here. Cam jump will be given, and that will be all they wrote for that round. Julie Jun, excellent performance there for the home nation fighter. Well, you can see for yourself the scores on the board. Well, that 15-point gap, 5 gam joms as well. Maintaining that intensity, the hallmark of champions. And it is a big ask now to step up, to summon it up. Bruising battle for both. Gam John given, much to the consternation of Kyla Julian and indeed Ruben Richards. Looking for the Gam John to be invalidated for more of a hip toss over the Chinese fighter there. A bit more of a judo move, but of course it will go to Barbara Marion to run the rule over it. Crucial stage, right at the opener. Julie Jun took that second round. Well, let's have a little look at it here. Julie Jun steps in, turns round. Yeah, there's a bit of hip there. Wouldn't look out of place in the judo arena. But Julie Jun just trying to do her best put the British fighter on the back foot. Barbara Marion has been adept so far in the use of the video replay. What's her pronouncement? Yep, unsuccessful though. Referee's decision final. Coach and fighter disagreeing. Julie Jun had it all her own way in the second round. Better from Kyla Julian. Digging deep, reminding herself how she made it this far. Good headshot there, Julie Jun sensing an opportunity. Julie Jun again behind that big long front leg. Pops it up. Well, a real test of the mettle of Julie Jun in the first round. Showing her quality in the second. Pulling away here in the third. Good attempt from Kyla Julian. This one, of course, about getting into the quarter-final, but also about gathering up experience, and Kyla Julian has done just that. Shown herself to be very adept. Excellent first round. But the concentration under the intensity. Julie Jun steps further ahead. terms of an introduction to it. There's a great head kick from Julien. Julie Jun switches off for a second. Likewise, great response. Kyla Julien will maybe take a count here. Or a gam jump it is instead. Excellent from Julie Jun. When called upon, she had to produce it. Kyla Julien didn't have the experience coming into it, but most certainly does now. Knows the gaps, knows the levels. Last 10 seconds. Well, overall, Julie Jun richly deserving that victory. Supposed to say well done to both coaches and fighter. Julie Jun, superb stuff from her. Kyla Julien though, lots of magic moments for her to remember. Plenty of highlights, plenty of motivation as she begins her fledgling elite career. Good stuff from both. Julie Jun, the better of the two. Rafaela Araujo and Hatice Kubra will be following this one. 4 matches to go in this session. Guodong Song against Javier Perez Polo. China were very much on Song in the last one. Can it be the same for Guodong Song in this one? Going against Javier Perez Polo. Well, the Chinese fighter took the bronze medal at the last qualifications here. There he is, stands at 1m84. Big unit for -68. Goes against Javier Perez Polo. Junior European champion. Grand Prix bronze medalist as well.
From China, the blue red is Javier Perez Polo from Spain.
Farouz El Mismari from the United Arab Emirates in charge of proceedings here. Good punch to start there from Perez, announcing himself in this round. Of course, the big prize for $70,000 still off in the distance for all the fighters, but as the days progress, thoughts of the big prize will begin to loom large. Likewise, the Tokyo Olympic Games, hard to believe that this time next year many of these athletes will be securing qualification places. The Song secures a nice 2-pointer to the body. Bit of a knee block there from Guodong Song. Shouts of Jiao from the Chinese fans and indeed national team, which means to fight, to go for it. Going for it and giving away the gam jump is Song. Javier Perez Polo tries a back leg turning kick of his own. Good back kick from the Spanish fighter. Nice side step too. Good back leg blasting home there. Kick up to the face there from Perez Polo. Precision from him. sees it coming this time, gets the block in. Is it too little too late? 3 points of a gap. 35 in the first. Nice little step up double there. Nicely spotted. Punch to the arm perhaps. Back kick a bit low. Tried to step through. Gordon Song. Trying with the elaborate, but just falling foul of both the referee and the clock. A step through spinning back kick right at the end. Javier Perez Polo though was in the safe distance and he's safely through in that first round. A deserved win for him. 1-0 to Spain. Just to let you know, Rafael Araujo of Brazil will go against Hatice Kubra of Turkey. That will be followed by Christian McNeish against Shin Dong-yun, and it will be Nikita Glasnovich against Chi Long-yo of Chinese Taipei going in the final combat in this one. Here he goes, Gualdon Song came up against a very strong and dominant Javier Perez Polo in the first round. And there's a great start from the Spanish fighter. Last Soma punch, drops a couple of push kicks to the face as well. Chop kicks even. Open stance back leg shift in there from Gualdon Song. It's been the Spaniard that's hitting the right notes in this one. Tries to close things down in the centre, kill a few seconds. A good footwork from Javier Perez Polo, covering the distance when he needs to, landing that punch. As you'll know as a fighter, it's not always the ones that go on the board that make the difference. Sometimes it's the clock killers, the ones that shut down the time. Nice punch this time, judges liked it. It's making good viewing for Perez Polo, halfway through. Good back leg, good attempt from Song, he's given it all he's got, no question. If you've ever had the fortune or misfortune to train with or fight against the Chinese team, well, you'll know the level of conditioning they've got, and that proves pivotal there. Nice push to the body, keeps himself in the conversation. Javier Perez Polo may have had thoughts about the quarter-finals. He's got to get his mind back on business now. Half a minute, 2-all. Impassive, but impressive. There's a punch, up and over. Shot on the inside there from Gualdon Song. Looked for it and found it. 10 seconds to go. Will Gualdon Song look down and out? Headshot just missing there. Kicking after Kallio. Gamjum will be given, and the points will be taken off. So my mathematics are not the best, but that will mean that it's 4-all. And we go into the third. Well, unlucky from Gualdon Song. Gave it what he had, but it wasn't quite enough to get it done. Perez Polo having a good time. And a better time by Gualdon Song in that last round. Pulled it up to 4-all, which means the Spanish fighter needs the win in this one to take himself through, or indeed a draw. China's finest needs, well, at least a win to take us into a golden score round. Good attempted headshot from both men. Tried to come to grips with it. Good back kick, well placed. Open stance, but not open scoring. Nice step up double. He tried that in the first round, didn't quite work. Likewise there. Gualdon Song, step lock, back kick, a bit of a long overreach there. A minute to go in the third. Good punch there for Gualdon Song. Good judging as well, I have to say. I got caught up in the crowd reaction there. I'm going to have a conversation with the judges. Was a punch. Well, when you look at it in the slow motion, 50-50, not easy for judges to decide. I think I was carried along by the crowd there. Yeah, it was indeed. Maybe the judges tried to score it, didn't quite register on the protector. Gualdon Song registers a score on the board, which means we could creep towards golden score. What if Gualdon Song again finds another shot under the guard? It's been an excellent round in the third for the Chinese fighter. Confidence rising from Gualdon Song. He was down and out. He's finding a home for these punches every time. Excellent balance from Gualdon Song. Was almost hammered like a nail into the ground. Boxing from Gualdon Song. The ringmaster so far. Oh, flick to the face right on the buzzer. The clock had stopped. So close. Yes, indeed. Golden score. I said that with a bit of hesitation. I'm never sure. Let's count it up. Yeah, one round tied. One round each, so that pushes us into the fourth and final round. Of course, the first to score two in that one will be the winner. China and Spain sharing a round each. Song and Perez Polo into the golden point. Who can find the golden score? Back leg turning kick there from Song, so close. A couple of lights flickered in the distance. Perez Polo thinks about one himself. Nervous look at the scoreboard there. Flick to the face there from Javier Perez Polo. Well, he earned that one every step of the way. Finished that round with an excellent head kick and lands one there to close that golden score out. Well done, Song. Down and out. Javier Perez Polo, I should say. Excellent win from him. Well, we're on to the last three contests in this session. Rafaelo Araujo and Hatice Kubra Ulgun. Brazil and Turkey there on court next. Christian McNeish will go against Shin Dong-yun. Croatia and Taipei to finish things off. Celebrations for Perez Polo, a perfect headshot to finish. Rafaela Araujo, Hatice Kubra Ulgun get ready to go here. There's the Brazilian qualifying via the Grand Slam qualifiers, finishing the top 10 there. Hatice Ulgun, of course, World Championship silver medalist, couple of Grand Prix gold medals. Paolo Ramirez in charge of proceedings here. Kubra Ulgun also taking a silver medal at the Grand Slam qualifiers. Team Turkey always get their preparations just right. Oh, the height difference absolutely evident. 1m64 for the Brazilian, 1m75 for the taller Turk. She takes a 2-point lead early in this one. Kubra Ulgun trying to go with that big back leg to the face there. Good punch in the inside. Just that effectiveness, that aggression. Ali Shahin, the coach, will be happy with that one. Halfway through this first round. Hatice Kubra Ulgun showing her quality here, no question. Araujo, nothing really as an attacking force. Not bad in the clinch, but no real opportunities for her to advance. Good shot again from Ulgun. Finds the gap and stretches it to 5 of a lead now, last 40. It's been good times for Turkey so far in this one. The Brazilian finding it tough going here. Good little body shot on the way through from Rafaela Araujo. Paolo Ramirez giving the gam jom as well, so it cuts it to a 2-point game. Well, it was going all one way early in the first. Hatice Kubra Ulgun, better response there, stretches it back to a 4-point gap as we go down the stretch here. 10 to go in the first. Nice little pick-up counter there on the way through. Finds the front leg. Happily takes the gam jom for avoiding, but no avoiding the power there of Ulgun. 4 seconds, 6 points. 1-0 Turkey in this one. Well, in terms of the matchups remaining, Christian McNeish of Great Britain goes against Shin Dong-yun, and they are up next. That's the penultimate matchup, and that will be followed by Croatia and Taipei in the women's under 57s. Nikita Glasnovic, of course, going against Chai Ling Lo, but laying low in her seat in this one. Hatice Kubra Ulgun has just shown that composure, that presence to get things done. Eyes down looking. Here we go with the second round. One on the board for Ulgun and almost one in the face for Arujo right at the start there. Good punch from distance there from the Brazilian. Walks into a front leg counter, not for the first time. Hatice Kubra Ulgun cramming those long levers in under the guard. Nicer spotted jumping back kick, unusual for Ulgun, who slides round the corner. Paolo Ramirez had little to do in terms of gam jumps, in fact, nothing to do. Nice little touch to the back of the head there as Ulgun, well, she's pretty much sealed her spot in the quarter-final now. Still a minute or 10 to go. Arujo just beginning to find things a little bit more difficult now as the Turk steps on the gas. It's not just Turkey against Brazil, it's also the clock against Arujo at the moment. Clock ticking on the ambitions of Arujo, the Brazilian, giving it what she's got. Nice back kick, perfect from Hatice Ulgun. Jumps up, crams it in, excellently timed. And no question now that Rafaela Arujo is up against the better fighter, but the Brazilian showing her desire to keep battling. As Ulgun blasts another one home. It's all over bar the shouting. The Turk will be in the next round. Best efforts of Arujo have come and gone. Hatice Ulgun just in match management mode now. The time is up in the Grand Slam adventure for Arujo. Well, it will be added to by that little gam John, but 16-4, a fair reflection and a fantastic performance. Hatice Kubra Ulgun showing her quality. World silver medalist. Takes the next step through here in the Grand Slam. Top-class conclusion there at the end of this one. And here we go in the men's under 68 kilogram group in Great Britain against Korea. Christian McNeish. Shin Dong-yun. British fighter comes into this one full of confidence, as he always does. Grand Prix bronze medal to add to his European title, going against Shin Dong-yun, the world silver medalist as a senior, bronze as a junior. Emily Moras calls them into the centre. Samsung S1 fighter going against British E1 fighter. So much of this down to preparation and confidence. Stephen Jennings, the coach in the corner. National team coach of Korea. So the head of the Samsung team, so he knows this fighter very well. Hence the selection and hence the performance in the Grand Slam qualifiers. Dong-yun Shin took that silver. McNeish on the move. Good little counter there on the way through. Stephen and Jennings advising there, it's there in the clinch, there's options, there's opportunities. Shin Dong-yun will be happy to take that 2-point lead here early in the first. This, of course, the penultimate battle. Croatia and Taipei will be the last one. But who's going to be the last man standing in this one? Swing and a miss there from Shin. Good strength on the inside from Christian McNeish. Too strong, perhaps. But referee's interpretation, head kick just flicking past there from McNeish. Dong-yun Shin. Big back leg turning kick there, finds a space from McNeish. And Shin, well, he was Master Shin for a moment, but just a point of a difference now. About 40 seconds to go. Good little shot on the inside from McNeish. Steps in, takes the lead. A low block there, catches the shin, off Shin. Kick round the corner to the back of the head. Christian McNeish beginning to show his quality. Steve Jennings looking for his fighter to go first. Confusion and consternation in the Korean coaching corner. Little crumb of comfort for Dong Shin, finds another one. Two good back leg turning kicks to the body consecutively. As Dong Shin finds a way back in. Last 5 seconds, stick or twist. Well, right on the buzzer, 7-all. Literally nothing to separate them. The quality work from Christian McNeish evident early, but Shin Dong-yun finishing strongly. Nice push kick made the difference early. Yeah, concentration was a little bit wayward there for Shin Dong-shin. Or Shin Dong-yun, I should say. My own concentration not too good. That head kick put McNeish into position. But these body shots will keep the Korean in the conversation. In under the lights. Can he light up this arena now? Second round. Shin Dong-yun, calm and composed. Christian McNeish likewise. A man for the big occasion. Who can find the big scores on the board? All tied up in the first. Here in the early stages of the second. If you're joining us, great to have you with us. If you're on the Olympic channel, glad to have your company. As McNeish almost lands that back kick, they got pretty close. 3 lights went on. But no one home for the punch there for Dong-shin. Shin Dong-yun just taking his time, just stepping back, having a good long look at the British fighter in blue. Controlling the distance, very important in this sport. There's a call from Steve Jennings just to disguise that stab kick, that pushing kick to the body. Decent from Shin, but it's all about today's Taekwondo. Good strength from Shin Dong-yun. He's looking out from over his shoulder there, like a sniper trying to find the important shot. Thought about the back kick for a second. Well blocked by Shin Dong-yun. Here it is, the back kick this time. Confidence at a premium here at this top level. Both men bravely going for it here. Christian McNeish tries to counter there. Shin Dong-yun holding the centre. Good back leg from the Korean. Nice push to the body from McNeish. He's either too close or too far away every time. Is Shin Dong-yun in defensive mode at the moment. Changes it up, goes for one to the body, finds it. What's the tempo? Being conducted by the Korean. Happy to wait, happy not to kick. Happy to find a shot when he needs it. McNeish tries with the double. Creativity evident. But the lead far from insurmountable for the Korean, just a couple on the board. 35 to go. Tries with the back round in the corner, leaves the space. Shin Dong-yun, excellent stuff from him. Gaps emerging, and gaps being plugged by the back leg of Shin Dong-yun, to the consternation of the British coach Steve Jennings. Back leg turning kick again from Shin Dong-yun. He's picking his spots here, looking for options. Again, goes from being too far away to too close, and he's close to making it through to the quarterfinals. McNeish tries with the big reverse turning kick round the corner. The clock ticks down on the ambitions, the Gamjom given. The window is closing, and Shin Dong-yun leaves the building here with the win. Closing it down nicely. Shin Dong-yun showing his quality, showing a clean pair of heels there to Christian McNeish. The British fighter, the man in blue, gave it all he had. It just wasn't quite enough against this young man here. Shin Dong-yun had a little bit more accuracy when it was required, and that quality paying off down the stretch. His confirmation, Christian McNeish defeated there by Shin Dong-yun. We're going to move into the last matchup here. Nikita Glasnovic on the way into the arena from Croatia against Chi Ling Lo. Well, in the end, Shin Dong-yun had the answers, and Korea takes the win. The women's under 57 match of Croatia and Taipei. Nikita Glasnovic against Chi Ling Lo. Glasnovic in the forefront of your screen, flanked by her father, Mario Glasnovic, father and daughter combination. Combined for great success, world silver medal for the Croatian to join the bronze. Likewise a silver in the Grand Prix, adding up to 3 bronzes as well. So Nikita Glasnovic goes into this one with Yang Jian Li, the centre referee. Chi Ling Lo, junior world champion. How will she get on here up in the seniors? I mentioned the Glasnovic pairing. Very happy there. Mario Glasnovic, the coach in the corner. The contribution, financial and emotional, but now under the Croatian flag, doing it great justice indeed. Glasnovic comes forward, finds the shot straight away. Doesn't have to look far to find that option. match up here. A good start for Nikita Glaznovic. Should be glad of that one. Very little to separate them halfway through this one. Glaznovic trying to find the right range for that back leg turning kick. It's the last action here on the second day of the Grand Slam. Glaznovic has that marginal lead. Nice shot again there from the Croatian. Has the accuracy, has the scores on the board, perfect timing. Mario Glaznovic will be happy with the work of his daughter and fighter. Team Croatia on form. Chiling low. It's been low scoring for her. Tough times for the Chinese Taipei fighter. Yuan Su, the Chinese Taipei coach there. He knows he's got his work cut out at the end of this first round to try and find something, a little bit of a change in game plan. The only thing that's changing at the moment is the clock ticking. Not much time left now. Glaznovic glad of that and happy to take that opening lead. 8-0, commanding stuff from the Croat. Certainly commanding the attention of Chiling Lo. It was low scoring for Taipei, but anything but for Croatia. Chiling Lo will be feeling pretty low in terms of her motivation, but she's got to try and pull it out of the bag here. Nikita Glaznovic, by way of contrast, literally stamping her authority on the centre of the mat, as she always does. Certainly stamping her authority in this under 57kg matchup. Excellent first round for Croatia. 8-0. Tries to come forward, kicking into the distance, but walking into the head kick there of Glaznovic. And the Croatian in very good form indeed. Nice footwork as well from Glaznovic. Slips round the corner and escapes the reaches of Lo. Again from Glaznovic, finds a home for it every single time. Credit to Chiling Lo. Just trying to go for it. Tang Yusu there, I'm sure happy with the effort of his fighter, but the accuracy not quite there. Almost there is Glaznovic. Quarter-finals beckoning. She's taken that first round. So if she hangs on here, she'll be getting it done in double quick time. Nice little front leg pop up there. Gives Lo something to think about, who tries with the head kick of her own. Well, that's going to seal the deal for Glaznovic, you would imagine. Last 40 seconds, Gamjom could make it a little bit closer. Pretty calm and pretty cool for the Croatian. Lo finds a little shot underneath, though, cuts it to a 4-point game. Better. Glaznovic responds as champions do and re-extends that lead. Excellent from Glaznovic, unstoppable. Well, Lo Taekwondo not giving up without a fight, going out on her shield here, the Chinese Taipei fighter in red, but going through to the next round despite the gam jump. Will be Nikita Glasnovic, 7 points of a difference, and the difference is quality counts. The Croatian executing her game plan perfectly and sealing it as that completes all of the action here. Day number 2 at the Grand Slam. Nikita Glasnovic, a fitting finale in the 57 and unders. Croatian crushing it there. Father and daughter delighted. Likewise, delighted to say there's much more Taekwondo to come. Same time tomorrow, same place, as Wuxi welcomes you once more. From all of us here from the moment. That completes the action on day number 2. Join us again if you can for day number 3 as we move towards the medal matches. And from all of us here, Wuxi in China for the moment, it's goodbye for now.